Since the day they swore in the new president, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, he declared that fuel subsidy will be removed and everybody went ho-ha. Why did they do that? That's because you and I both know that immediately fuel subsidy is removed, every single commodity in Nigeria is being affected. I mean in terms of prices, from the production to the transportation and a whole lot more. So as women, as wives, as mothers, we all know what it is to run a home. If you do not know how to manage your money, how to know your expenses, and how to run the home, you see that you're going to fall short on running the home, especially in this economy. Hi, my name is Didi Fortune and welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to manage your money, track your expenses, know your income, and budget right as a Nigerian mom, wife, living and staying in Nigeria. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also don't forget to turn on your bell notification so that you'll be the first to be notified whenever I drop a YouTube video. Okay. As a woman, before you are able to run your home, you need to first know how to track your finances. And how do you do that? That's by knowing the amount of income that comes into your account or comes into your account every month. It might not necessarily be every month. It can be every week, it can be every day, depending. If you're a salary earner, you know it's every month that is coming. If you're a business person, it depends on how you pay yourself. If you pay yourself every month, every week, if you're earning online, you just know what is coming in every particular time. If you're someone that do one or two, like you have multiple sources of income, you need to add every single thing. If you're a salary earner, you get that one, you drop it. If you're a business person, whatever it is you pay yourself at the end of the month, you keep it. If your husband gives you something every month, if he gives it to you weekly, just depending, you just add everything and you get your total income. When you know your total income, you can start working from there. The next thing you do is to track your expenses. Expenses vary for every single month. Don't get a fixed amount for a particular month. You don't say, oh, because in the month of January I spent let's say 10 naira, you now believe that every single month your expenses will be 10 naira. No. January, let's assume you bought a shebi, you attended a wedding, you gave out a birthday gift. February, you didn't have any single wedding. March, there were hospital, maybe everybody in the family fell ill. Hospital bills were being taken care of in the month of March. So you see, expenses varies every single month. So for you to be able to track down your expenses, you need to record down every single thing that you use money for a space of, I prefer to use 1 year. But if you can't do 1 year, you can just do a minimum of 6 months. Start tracking every month from today what you use money for. Have you ever sat down one day and be like, what did I even use money for? And the money has finished. It's because in your mind is only recording the big things you use money for. Let's say you use 20k to buy something. So your mind it will easily track that one because it's a high amount. You use 50k to buy something. It will easily track that one. But maybe you use 100 naira to buy card, or you use 100 naira or maybe you dash somebody 100 naira on the road. Your mind will not recall all those tiny, small money. You use 1,000 naira for one thing. It will not recall all those tiny money. But by the time you sit down and add all those tiny money, you see the large amount it has accumulated to. So if you're able to track your expenses, you know what goes into what. You know what goes into transportation. You know what goes into entertainment. Let's say this month you want to go out with your husband, you want to take your children out. You plan it. You know the particular amount that goes in for entertainment, so that in case you finish all that money on, let's assume this is June, on June 1st, you know that throughout the month of June, you and your husband or your children cannot do any takeouts, cannot go to any eatery again because you have exceeded it just on June 1st. Then you move to utility bills. If you have some staffs in your house, maybe you have a gate man, you have a maid that you are paying, you put all those things on in your bill, in your expenses, so that you are able to track every single thing from January to December. But if you cannot make 1 year, you can do 6 months, so that you can now take an average. You know that, okay, in a month at least, this is the minimum amount I can spend. Maybe you can just in your mind have that as that's the minimum you can spend. Then you now, maybe because of maybe in a month the wedding, maybe say contribution or something, you then have like an emergency fund. I don't know if you get, we'll get to all those topics later. But for expenses, track down everything, even to the listing as recharge card. Okay, you did a let's assume you don't have a car. You are using public transport. Let's say you used in Akwa Ibom State. I think transportation is quite cheap compared to Lagos or Abuja. So let's say you paid 100 naira or 200 naira for a particular drop. Put all those things into recording, so that by the end of the week, you see that you have spent like 10,000 naira on transportation. But because it's 100 naira, 200 naira, you will now be wondering, what did I even use money for? So learn how to track your expenses. Every single thing, donations that you make, you should have a we'll come into budgeting, but donations, how much did you donate to somebody's wedding? Okay, you know, maybe family can be more, you can donate more to a family member, but maybe to a friend it can be lesser. So know how much at a particular time. Track every single thing you use. Don't say, oh, it's just 100 naira, we can let it go. Track it down so that you know what is sipping your money. When I started tracking my expenses, I noticed that it is the minor things. It is not even the big things, because those big ones, you pay it in bulk and that's the end. But it is the minor things you keep buying that has been sipping your money. Before you know it, you'll be like, what did I even use money for? Money has finished. So you need to track your expenses. Now let's go into budgeting. What is budget? Like, budget is an estimate of every single category of your expenses. Let's assume by the time you start tracking your expenses from today, you now see, like if you're not someone like me that does like monthly subscription for what they call it, for data, maybe you are the one that you do weekly subscription or you do daily subscription or whatever kind of subscription you do. By the time you now start adding all those amounts you use, you now get a total sum for subscription that you use. So you now know that, okay, in a month, I used to use 5,000 naira for subscription. In a month, I used to use 10,000 naira for subscription, or 50, depending. Or let's go into transportation. If you have a vehicle, you now see that, okay, by the time you track like different months, because you cannot just say only because there's a month you don't go far. Maybe school runs, back to the house, church. So there's no, like, you don't go far. But there's a particular month you can even travel to the next state, maybe River State or anywhere. So you now know that month transportation has increased. So you just track your transportation like fee. So you now know that, okay, for a month I can use, let's say, 50,000 naira for fuel. I can use this amount for transport, maybe 10,000 naira for transportation. Just track that's why I said you won't have the same sum for each month. So from there, it will help you to be able to budget. Know what is sipping your money. Or maybe most of you just so you dash money before you know your money has finished. You now know, okay, for donations, I will not pass, for every month I will not pass this amount, maybe 20,000, 50,000 naira. You know, if you give this first person, or let's say you have 5 weddings to attend for a particular month, and let's say your budget is 50,000 naira, you can now break it. Every single person in that month is 10,000 naira. Don't say, oh, this person will be looking at me like I need to give more than. Maybe the next month when you don't have wedding, you can use style, and just maybe if the person has a child, you can just give the child maybe 20,000, take this and buy ice cream. You've used wisdom, but you knew what you had for that particular month. That's why you gave that particular amount. You can break it down. Don't live your life to please anybody. You know what you are earning, you know what you are doing. So you need to know how to budget. So budget simply means an estimate of a particular category of your expenses. When I mean category, like utility bill, that's a category. Transportation, that's a category. Feeding, that's a category. Entertainment, that's a category. You just know each category and say, okay, this is a particular amount. Okay, let's say before, when fuel was NNPC price was 180 and now that NNPC price is five something. So you know that, and you are still earning the same amount of money. You can now reduce your budget for entertainment. You can reduce the budget there and pick some of the money from entertainment and fix it in the transportation sector. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. You look at other areas, maybe the places where you do donation. You can, maybe your budget there used to be 50,000 naira. You can reduce it now to 30,000 naira and take out 20,000 naira and still put it back in transportation. So it kind of balances everything and just makes life easier. That's for budget. And after budgeting, you now need to know your net income. Net income is simply your gross income. That is your total income. What you added in the beginning, your salary, your business, whatever your husband gives to you, that's your gross income. You add everything up, then you subtract by your total expenses. Whatever all your expenses is, you subtract it. It will now give you your net income. That's now your net income. So you should always have something. But for me, when my income, what I do is I do the 85-15, which is wrong. I'm still trying to see how I can do 80-10-10. I'll explain all this later. That is in terms of saving and investment. You can, no matter what you earn, you must make sure you have savings, you have investment. Savings help during emergencies. No one plans for any bad thing to happen. No one plans for accidents. No one plans for a loved one to die, and no one plans for any bad thing. But it is what it is, you know. So you need to have what they call emergency fund. So if you're earning 100 naira and 100 naira is not enough for you, that means 90 naira too will not still be enough for you. 80 naira too will not still be enough for you. So why don't you save yourself some distress of saving, even if it's 10 naira, investing 10 naira and still using 80, and you use 80 naira. So which I'm still trying to get to that point, because I know I'm guilty of it. I don't have any investment, which I'm trying to get that started. But I'm doing the 85-15 rule. I make sure I save. There is nothing as good as saving. Make sure you save. Knowing all this as a woman will help you track your finances, know what is sucking your money. You know how whether you're to level up your game by getting a new job or adding one more business to your source of income, or stuffs like that. You know what to do at the right time. Most of the one of the high causes of problems in marriages right now is money. And so if you're not able to manage your home, you see, these are like one of the things that you face if you don't know how to track your finances. So I hope this video was helpful and it helps you to start tracking all your finances, and make sure you start that this month so that you don't run late on knowing what to do at the right time. I still remain your favorite YouTuber, Didi Fortune. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notification so that you'll be the first to be notified whenever I drop a new video. Bye.